Hey YouTube, Christian Prepper Gal here, and today is day 2 or part 2 of the cooking and dehydrating dry black beans videos. Today I will be dehydrating the black beans that we cooked in the Instant Pot yesterday. So why don't you come along with me? And I am back, and this is actually the next day. I set the black beans in the refrigerator overnight. I just covered them with the foil because I don't have a lid for my Instant Pot liner. And they're just in there, and I set them in the fridge. And I actually set them on the countertop for probably about an hour just to let them warm up a little bit so they're not so clumpy, because these get really clumpy in their fridge. Okay, so now what we're going to do is put these on the dehydrator trays, which I have right here, and then we'll put them in the dehydrator. One thing I forgot to mention, see, here's a clump right there, so I'm just going to kind of break that up. One thing I forgot to mention when I was cooking the beans is that this was just 1 pound of dry black beans. You can do more if you want, or you could do less if you want. Sometimes if you have some, if you make pinto beans or black beans for a meal and you have some left over, you could dehydrate those as well. Just make sure they don't have any oil or dairy products in them, because they won't last very long term if they do. These will probably last anywhere from 5 to 10 years or more, because there is no oil or any dairy products in them. And I will keep them in Mylar bags in a very dark and cool environment, and that will help them to last longer. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rest of these trays, and then I will get back to you. Okay, so I have all the trays filled. That 1 pound of dried black beans actually took 5 trays in the dehydrator. So now we're going to go ahead and set the dehydrator at a temperature of 135. And we're going to set a timer for 6 hours. It should take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, but we're going to check back every 2 hours and see how they're doing. So here we go. Let's press start. Okay, it has been 2 hours, so we're going to check and see how the beans are doing. I don't know why I clicked off, but I did. Here. Oh, you can see that they're starting to dry up some already. Great. So, one thing I forgot to mention earlier when I was telling you that we're going to cook them for 4 to 6 hours is how it will depend on your dehydrator, how long you have to cook them. 4 to 6 hours would be average. Some you may have to cook longer, some less. Depends on the weather, depends on your individual dehydrator. So just kind of check them every couple of hours like I'm doing. Okay, and we'll be back in just a couple of hours to check them again. Okay, so it's been 2 hours again. So we're going to check and see how the beans are doing right now. So they've been cooking, or excuse me, dehydrating for a total of 4 hours now. So let's see. So let's see how they're doing. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think these are actually done. They're all dried and crispy and crunchy. Let's check. Yep. Oh yeah. All right, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure I'm going to call these done. Yeah. The thing that we need to do now is just to let them cool down for a little bit and check them again and make sure that they're still crispy and crunchy. Now, I am not going to tell you what these ingredients, what the recipe is for these just yet, because I've got a couple more ingredients to dehydrate for the recipe, and then we'll give you that surprise on what it's going to be. But so look forward over the next couple of weeks for a couple more videos, and that's it for today. So if you like this video, go ahead and click on the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please click on the bell and click subscribe to all. And if you have any questions regarding any of this, leave it in the comments, and I will be glad to answer what I can for you. So until next time, happy prepping and God bless. Whoops, I am back. That's because I totally forgot something when I got done filming the last section of the video, and that is to talk to you about how to store your dried, dehydrated black beans. I originally thought I would be putting them into Mylar bags and storing them for long-term food storage. Then I realized, wait, no, I'm going to be using these ones in a recipe. So I'm going to be putting them into canning jars instead of the Mylar bags. But first, before I do that, and even before I would put them into Mylar bags, we need to do what's called condition them. And that is put them in a jar and put the lid and the ring on, but we are not going to put in anything to keep it dry at this point or to preserve it, because we want to check every day for at least 4 or 5 days and make sure there's no moisture in the jar, and that's what's called conditioning. But for right now, I'm going to show you how I would do this if they were already conditioned and I was going to be storing them, or once they are conditioned, I will be putting them into the cover until I'm ready to use them again. So what I've got here is a handheld vacuum sealer, and I have the jar attachments, so I will be using those with the handheld vacuum sealer. First thing we'll do is we have the lid on, we put the jar attachment over top of it, put this vacuum sealer on, and then press the button and it'll seal it up. It doesn't have an indicator on it to tell me when it's done, but you can tell by the sound it makes when the sound starts changing. Okay, and I do believe we're ready, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Now listen for the release. And it didn't do it. So let's try that one again just to see what's going on here. Okay. Just want to be sure that we've got the seal. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. And that happens occasionally as well. But this jar is now sealed, airtight, with all of the oxygen taken out of it, the air taken out of it. And we're going to do the same for the quart size. So, while I'm out of here, out of that 1 pound of beans, we got 1 quart and 1 pint of dehydrated black beans. Okay, so put the lid on. Listen for the sound to change. Okay, there we go. Now let's see. And there's the seal. And again, we'll take this off, double check and make sure I can't take that off with the hands, and put the ring back on. Then they'll be sitting and waiting until I'm ready to use them. But again, once I turn off the camera, I'm going to unseal them and watch to make sure, condition them to make sure that they are completely dried. All right, thank you again. Take care and God bless.